much. Let's welcome to the show Olympic gold medalist, former California gubernatorial candidate, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
I know, I finally made it on the show. I know we've been trying to get together for a long time. And of course, we're going to talk crime in California. It's going crazy out here.
Yeah, what's your reaction to that report?
Well, you know, we've gone this defund the police, defund the police. They cut $150 million out of it. Well, just a couple of days ago, the LA City Council says, oh, we're going to fund our police because they're quitting, they're retiring, they're moving on. And so they give in Hollywood area, because Hollywood has had a tremendous spike in crime. You just mentioned a second ago, homicides are up 75%, thefts are up 25%. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna fund our police. We're gonna give them some extra money. So what do they come up with? $216,000. They cut $150 million. And so I'm thinking to myself, that sounds like nothing, you know, for the police department. So I called a good friend of mine he's retired now, but he was on the police force. And I said, is $216,000 a lot of money? And so we started crunching the numbers, and it came out to $216,000 would put 13 more officers on duty for 1 month. And they think that's going to solve the problem. It's nothing but, I have, you know, for the last 2 years, I've studied California politics. And every time I look at it, it's a scam. It is an absolute scam. And they do this for publicity. The Democrats are going, oh, we're funding the police, when really they're doing absolutely nothing.
You know, Caitlyn, you're right. We have wanted to have you on the show for a long time. We've been watching what's going on. George Gascon, he's talking about the recall of the Chesa Boudin, the San Francisco weak on crime DA there. And he's saying, George Gascon is saying that Chesa Boudin got it wrong. He talked too much about the data. He should have been talking about feelings. What is he talking about that Chesa Boudin should have been talking about feelings and emotions? I mean, we see the LAPD is slashing the number of detectives in its homicide division to just 10. Murders are at like a 25-year high. These guys worked on the Black Dahlia murder, the Charles Manson family murders. You've said crime is the #1 issue. Gavin Newsom bears responsibility. Why do you say that?
Well, bottom line, it eventually comes down to Gavin Newsom. George Gascon has been an absolute disaster. They needed 563,000 signatures. They got over 700,000. You know, Boudin up in San Francisco, the DA up there, this very woke liberal DA, he was just recalled, which is good. And Gascon is going to be the next one to be recalled. We have to get tough on crime. He is not tough on crime. He's a George Soros-backed DA who's very soft on crime. And the city, honestly, the responsibility for the safety of this city is the DA. And he has just failed and failed and failed for the last couple of years. So we hope here in November, please, California voters, make sure you get rid of him. The one great guy that I've met is Alex Villanueva, the sheriff's department, with the sheriff's department, the head of the LA Sheriff's Department. This guy is absolutely great. Tough on crime, but he gives his criminals over to the DA and they just kind of let him go. He's very frustrated. He's done so much in this city to help clean up the city when it comes to the homeless issue, especially in Venice. Now they're trying to get rid of him. The city council's literally trying to get rid of him. They put him on the ballot in November to be able to get rid of him and fire him. And that would be the worst thing ever for the city of Los Angeles.
Well, we know you love California. You've been fighting for it hard, right? And it's really a tragedy what we see going on there. And are people listening to you, Caitlyn? Are people hearing what you're saying?
Well, here we have such a woke state. I keep saying so many things. Sometimes you repeat yourself so many times, you say, oh, am I getting anywhere? But I think the people of California are pretty much sick of what's happening here. We are the wokest state in the union. We have terrible leadership. We have crime, homelessness. Hopefully people are going to wake up and, you know, it goes to the ballot box. If you want to fix things, you're going to get the right people in place. And you got to go to the ballot box and vote.
Caitlyn Jenner, love your passion. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us.